Annemarie Sullivan, ANNEMARIE So I grew up actually in Austin. My earliest years were here, and then we moved to Austin for about 10 years. So I don't have a strong background in farming, other than that my grandpa was in agriculture for about 10 years. But my parents aren't farmers, and I'm technically first gen. Other than that, I started on family land. So when we moved back, we lived in Austin for about 10 years, and then we moved here when I was in high school. So coming back to kind of the family farm, I was still living with my parents, still in school. I bought animals kind of for fun as a hobby, is how it started, and it became a business a few years after that.
So, what daily activities are part of running this place?
So let's see. My daily activities start in the morning. I go out to the animals. It's usually the first thing I do every single day. It's a 365 days a year kind of job. They have to be fed and watered every day. So I start that in the morning. We go out. I feed. I check water tanks. I check all my fences. We use all electric fencing. So I make my rounds, check all my fencing, make sure all that's working correctly. We put our feed out, and then after that, the day kind of changes. If we need to move fences that day, rotational grazing is a big part of what we do. So if we need to rotate fences that day, that happens about every 5 to 10 days, and we've got multiple pins, so that takes up a big chunk of our day. If we don't need to move any fences, then we kind of look at the business side. I process about once a month, and that's kind of an all-day thing. I load the night before, taking animals the next morning, so that can be a part of a busy week. The shop's a big part of the business, so restocking, cleaning up, reorganizing, connecting with local producers. We stock a lot of different things from other local people, other local farmers. So kind of managing all those relationships, all those connections, putting in orders if we need to. It varies from whether we spend a day outside with the animals, or if they're all where they need to be and they're all set, then it's usually a day working on the business.
Okay, so yeah. Is that just you, or do you have like a team of people all doing that together? Or?
Most of the day-to-day is myself. We do farm-to-table events, and so when I have an event going on, we'll bring in some of my team members for that. I hire a few people. My mom helps me with those. My little sister helps me with those. So we'll bring in people for when I do have an event. If I ever go out of town, I have to have people do the animals for me. So we'll bring in some people for that as well if I have to leave town. As far as the day-to-day, I have people in the background that kind of help me if I really need it, but most of that's me.
What are some of the things that Sullifarm produces and sells?
So our specialty is pastured pork. That's what we raise here. We also raise chickens for egg production. We don't raise chickens for meat. They're just for eggs. So eggs and pastured pork are our two specialty items. I also will keep a small garden throughout majority of the year. We don't sell vegetables, but we do use those in our seasonal farm to table events, which we do both in the spring and the fall. So I'll grow vegetables and herbs for that. But we also partner with other small sustainable farms really all across East Texas. So since we as really just me doing this mostly by myself, I can't really produce everything. So we partner with other people who are specialized in their different industries and in their different production.